So there we go. Okay, so assuming that everybody has all the parts made, we're going to go now and we're going to assemble them. So to assemble them, we have to go to File, New, click on Assembly, and OK. Think of part files like Lego blocks, and think of assemblies as being the components that you make up with the Lego blocks. Okay, so what should happen is open menu should appear. I have no open documents that are saved, so therefore it's asked me to find an open document. What will appear down here on this left hand side is open documents that are saved. So because I have no open documents that are saved, I didn't save my last file, it's not appearing here. So I can go in there and I can pick in any different parts I want. So I'm just going to pick a side. Okay, I'm just going to pick on side and click open. And what happens is that's the first part to come in. So depending on what plane you've done it in will be the orientation that it will come in. So for example, this was created in the front plane because I know it from looking at it. If it came in the wrong plane and I wanted it looked wrong to me, I can go down here and I can flip it, I can turn it, I can change it, I can do all that, flipping it around the different axes. So you can see down here we have the triad, okay, the X, Y, and Z axis. I can see I can flip it in each one of those directions. So I'm just going to flip it back to the way it was, okay, and I'm just going to click anywhere on the screen and that'll drop it in. You'll see over here that there's an F beside side 1. There's an F there because side 1 is fixed. That means that the origin, okay, which is the origin of the part, let's just go back and open the part. Okay, so there is the part, there is the origin, that is the red dot that is on the start of every drawing that we do. The origin is basically the intersection of the front, the top and the right planes, all converging at one point. So that origin, okay, come back into the assembly, is aligned to the origin of the assembly. Okay, so that they're fixed in place. Okay, now I have two of those pieces on my part, but I only have to draw it once. So I can just simply hold down the control button on my keyboard and left click and drag and drop that out into position. So I only have to draw every component once. Is that okay? Now I'm going to insert some more components, so I can go up here to the Assembly tab, click on Insert Components, and I'm going to browse for the next couple of components. So I'm going to bring in the sliding bevel itself, I'm going to click on Open, and I'm going to click it somewhere on the screen. And I'm going to insert the last component, or the second last component, which is thumb screw. Click anywhere on the screen. And I'm going to insert components, I'm going to browse again, and I'm going to select the angle stop and open. Okay, so let's put these parts together. Now I have all the parts of the jigsaw, I need to put it together correctly. Okay, so I know that the angle stop sits up here. I know that there piece kind of sits over that. Okay, and that these edges here, the top faces of these edges, are flush or are aligned. So I can go and I can select the Mate command up here in Assembly, so click on Assembly, and the one beside the Insert Components is Mate. It's symbolized by a little paper clip, and that's how we're going to put them together, with Mate commands. So I'm going to click on Mate, and I'm going to click on the top surface of this and the top surface of this, and that basically aligns them. Okay, now you can see that it's actually after merging it into it, so I can just simply left click and pull any of the parts around if they're not fitting where I want them. I'm going to click on the front face of this and the back face of this, and that should be it now, that it's now sliding just on the face of it, and that the top edge won't go past the top edge. Okay, so the only place that it's still free to rotate is on this plane here. So I'm just going to simply left click on the back face of the part 1, left click on the back face of the angle stop, and click on the green tick. So there's them parts now for the assembly. I have to repeat the process for this piece here. So I'm going to go, I was in the Make command, but I can go up to Make command again, and I'm going to simply just click on that face and this face. Click on the green tick. I'm going to click on the top faces then, this face and this face. Click on the green tick. And then I'm going to simply just click on the back faces, that face and click on the green tick. And now we have our bevel square starting to take shape. Okay. The next thing then is I want to put in my thumb screw. So I'm going to go and I'm just going to select inside of these holes. So I'm going to click on the inside circumference of the hole. And then I'm going to click on the circumference over here, this circumference here. Okay. Now, I'm just going to undo that for a second actually. What I want to do is I want to click on that circumference and this circumference. And what you'll see is it's coming backwards. I'd like the front of the thumb screw facing the forward. So what I'm going to do is I want to click up here for flip mate alignment. So I can click that and it basically can toggle between which way it comes in, that way or that way. So I'm just going to click on the green tick there. I'm happy enough with that. And then the next thing is I want to say that face and this face are coincident. So they're actually sitting on top of each other. There's my bevel square starting to show up there now. The last one now is to put this in here somewhere. So this face and the inside face here will be coincident. So that'll be somewhere around there. Okay. And I'm going to go and I want to say that this face here and this circumference are tangential. That means that they only touch at one point. Now you'll see there, look, what's after happening is that it's after going above it. It's still tangential, but it's tangential to a different point of it. Okay, so if you look there, if I just go to my view, go wireframe, you'll see that it's tangential to the wrong side of it. I want it to be tangential to the other side of it. Is it okay? So I can go in and I can come down here to my mate alignments. Do that, open that. Sorry, I'm just going to undo that one. I can't undo, I'm just going to go into mates. Pick the last mate there. So all the mates that we've done here before are all saved down here. So there's all the parts we have. Here's all the mates I'm after putting in. There's only one tangent mate, which is this one. I can just simply right click, edit mate up here, edit feature, and I can just come down here and swip mate alignment. So I can bring it down. If it's going in the wrong way for you, you can just simply tell it what way you want it to go. Okay, so now there's my sliding bevel, and it's a sliding bevel. So let's go back and change it back to the shape, meant to be. Let's go and select our view, which will be isometric. I can actually see that you can go in there and put it any angle I want, tighten up the thumb screw, and now I have myself an angled bevel. Is everybody okay with that? Okay, so that's how you put in the assembly. Fairly straightforward.